Welcome everybody from Triennale Milano, Palazzo delle Arti in Milano. We are extremely happy to open this press conference. Our issue today is to present the 23rd International Expo organized by Triennale Milano. And I immediately start in the floor to Dimitri Kerkenses, who is the General Secretary of the BIE, the Bureau International d'Exposition. Please, Dimitri.
Dear Minister, dear Undersecretary of State, dear President of the Triennale, dear President of the Region, dear Mayor, dear President of the Chamber of Commerce, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to be speaking to you today, just a few weeks after the 23rd edition of the Triennale di Milano International Exhibition was formally recognized by the Bureau International des Expositions. This 23rd edition of the Triennale di Milano constitutes a renewed and exciting chapter in the long history that connects the BIE and the Triennale Milano institution. Since 1933, when the first Triennale organized under the BIE auspices took place, this unique international exhibition has interpreted contemporary transformations from a distinctive viewpoint and anticipated the future through the lens of design, art, and architecture. Each Triennale has pushed the boundaries of innovation and progress and has been the witness and the voice of global developments in architecture and design, as well as in the areas of technology, science, aesthetics, sociology, and politics. Among the 4 types of expos organized under the auspices of the BIE, the Triennale occupies a niche position, vividly highlighting on a more specialized scale the most dynamic and innovative aspects of expos, bringing new perspectives to the fore. In doing so, each Triennale contributes to the public's understanding of the role of applied arts and industrial design and supports the development of multidisciplinary research and innovation. Within the current context, in which humanity and the planet are facing unparalleled challenges, the Triennale is therefore very well placed to explain, engage, and interact with the public, to push the boundaries of human endeavor in search of uncharted mysteries, new angles, and unthought answers. While the 22nd edition of the Triennale, with its theme Broken Nature, Design Takes on Human Survival, explored the state of the relationship between us and the natural environment, the 23rd edition, with its theme Unknown Unknowns, will aim at decentralizing our point of view as the dominant species in order to contemplate the world from alternative viewpoints. Starting with the sphere of natural phenomena, the 23rd edition of the Triennale will seek to shed light on subjects and ideas that we are not currently aware of, testifying to the very human ambition to constantly strive to better understand the world and the universe that we inhabit. Unknown Unknowns will explore and convey new perspectives on our world and new outlooks for our future. Developed in this very particular context, the 2022 edition of the International Exhibition will be an emblematic gathering of nations, visions, and thoughts to encourage sustainable solutions and fresh perspectives on how to shape our future. By associating arts and science, by engaging with people from around the world, and by bringing together ideas from diverse fields, the 23rd Triennale will provide an inspiring opportunity to explore these mysteries and address some of the key issues of today and of tomorrow. As a unique and transparent platform to go beyond the questions we know and ask those that we do not, the 23rd Triennale will help chart the course for our future. I am delighted that the BIE and the Triennale continue to strengthen their long-standing partnership to prepare a remarkable 23rd edition. The challenge of identifying and showcasing new approaches to the way humankind sees itself and interacts with its environment is an urgent one. With so much that we do not yet know, the 23rd Triennale will play its own unique role in uncovering and illuminating new ideas and new hope for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dimitri Kerkenses. So just before introducing the issue and the names of the curator of the next international exhibition, we'd love to show you two short videos shot by two young artists and video makers, Dimitra Loana Marlanti and Giulio Squillacciotti, that have been realized together with this collaboration with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Action Campaign. The network right by the United Nations includes, as you know, artists and researchers that are from all over the world that are trying to, let's say, to tackle climate change and try to deal with the issue connected with climate crisis. So please.
Initially some rain and then some sleet and snow. The snow could prove to be disruptive. But first thing, with all those low temperatures around, damp surfaces, that is a recipe for ice if the area you're in hasn't been treated. As we go through the day, for many of us, it is going to be dry. There'll be some sunshine, the fog will slowly lift for most, and then you can see the wind strengthening in the southwest, and we've got the first signs of some rain, followed by sleet and snow, and this is what could be disruptive. In the Channel Islands, you're more likely to have rain and sleet than snow. So if we zoom into what is happening and where the likelihood of the snow is going to be, and also the time the scope is changing, you can see how it comes in across the southwest.
Nel vecchio modo di produrre, l'operaio aveva un rapporto con una macchina che era non soltanto con la macchina, ma anche con gli altri operai della catena. Cosa cambia? Dov'è il cambiamento per l'operaio, per il soggetto della produzione? Non più gesti, non più ritmi, non più movimenti, ma sapere. Si ricompone la separazione tra fare e sapere, tra lavoro e cultura. Ora, a partire dal sapere, sapere è saper fare. Così il mito della macchina come prolungamento dell'uomo e delle sue capacità sembra segnare un nuovo passo in avanti nella storia, a favore però dell'uomo e della sua liberazione, non del suo annullamento.
Okay, thanks. So as you have seen, our plan is to explore both the micro and the micro dimension of the universe. And where are we coming from? We are coming from the 22nd International Exhibition of the Triennale of Milano, who, as you know, was curated by Paola Antonelli and paves the way to a key reflection on the relationship between man and nature. Well, in the past months, we have organized two main symposia on March 4th and on June 11, 2020. And during these two symposia, we have involved scholars, artists, scientists, and very important institutions such as the World Economic Forum, the United Nations SDG Action Campaign, the European Space Agency, the Tonji University, the MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MoMA, Fondation Cartier pour l'Art Contemporain, Maxi Roma, the Serpentine Gallery, the Haus der Kultur und der Werte, the Fondation Prayar Genève, and other international institutions, with the idea to try to, let's say, get closer to the theme of the next 23rd International Expo. You know, the current state of things and the coronavirus pandemic have made us particularly fragile, partly due to the fact that the realm of phenomena that we do not know and that we did not know has expanded enormously. Humanity as a whole is faced with a challenge that requires us both to expand our knowledge or the laws of the knowledge of the laws of the universe and nature of the living world of plants and animals, of the submerged continents, on the psyche and the oceans, and to change our view of the role that our species will play in deciding the future of planet Earth. I believe this is a wonderful and difficult challenge that Triennale has always done throughout its history, intend to transform into a collective and practice reflection. The challenge, the real challenge of unknown unknowns is to get closer to that dimension of our universe that is unknown, that is not accessible to our knowledge, and that we cannot either grasp or render. We instantly realized that such an ambitious project could not be dealt with without a combination of different views, disciplines, and areas of research, without a new perspective. For this very reason, we decided to call Ercilia Vaudo, astrophysicist and Chief Diversity Officer of the ESA, the European Space Agency, to curate the 23rd International Expo. Ercilia has held many different strategic positions within European Space Agency, helping develop and take decisions about European space policies and strategies. Her extraordinary skills at telling about physics and astrophysics through the wonder of discovery has made her one of the most authoritative and fascinating international voices. And the choice we made reflects a will to explore a method that turns into the seduction of investigation and creativity. Ercilia will be assisted in this amazing challenge by Francis Quéré. Francis is a world-known architect and founder of Quéré Architecture, who will lay out the theme exhibition. And the curatorial work will be supported by an advisory board consisting of Hervé Chandès. Hervé Chandès is the general director of Fondation Cartier pour l'Art Contemporain, based in Paris. Emanuele Coccia, prominent philosopher and professor at the École des Hautes Études en Sciences Sociales, Paris. Joseph Grima, architect, curator, and writer. Sara Ichioka, urbanist, curator, and writer. Mariana Siracusa, design and researcher. And Wang Ling, curator and founder of Art Innovation. Together with them, we are now planning to ask some of the most prominent European and international thinkers to realize some special projects. Among them, we asked to Giovanni Agosti, art historian at University Statale Milano, Francesco Bianconi, musician and writer, Romeo Castellucci, one of the most famous theater director, artist, and grand invité of Triennale Milano for the 4-year period 2021-2024, and Ingrid Di Paoletti, professor at Politecnico Milano, who will be entrusted with some special project. And we believe that this combination of the advisory board and this special project will be extremely attractive and extremely intriguing. It's as we have already explained, we are in still connection with some international institution, a network of international institutions who has helped us to get deeper to the main themes related with this challenge. The network includes the Fondation Cartier pour l'Art Contemporain, as I told you, and the United Nations SDG Action campaign. But before giving the floor to Ercilia Vaudo, I would like to thank also the institution that stepped in and supported us, like Eni, Lavazza, and basically the institution partners of the Triennale, the Clear Channel, the institutional media partner, the BD and the scientific committee of Triennale. I want to thank Carla Morogallo, the operating officer, Marco San Michele, who is, as you know, our, let's say, foreign minister, and Laura Mairan, exhibition coordinator, and of course, Ercilia Vaudo and Francis Quere. Now, I give the floor to Ercilia, who will describe the general concept of the 23rd International Exhibition.
Thank you very much, Stefano. It's a great honor for me to be entrusted with this role, and I would like to give a little bit the sense of why we came with this thematic and how do we see this developing into the 23rd International Exhibition of Triennale Milano. The theme, the thematics actually had origin at the first symposium in March, where a network of intellectuals, researchers, and actually prominent figures were reunited to exchange and find some sharing reflection, and also in a way sharing our own knowledge, our fields of expertise. And then we realized that when talking about the oceans, when talking about the universe and dark matters, when talking about conscience, when talking about also the cities and the proportion they have over the planet, we realized that there was a symbolic number coming up, emerging, and a tiny 5%. This tiny 5% was representing how much we know about the subject, how much we know about the universe or the oceans. And this was immediately created an awareness. We were projected in front of the immensity of this 95% of what we don't know, or we even ignore that we don't know. And this has been extremely strong feeling, overwhelming feelings, as we were wondering how can we approach the thematic of the vastity of the unknowns. Leibniz, European philosopher, once said that why there is something rather than nothing, adding that the nothing would have been for sure the simplest solution. Now, we represent those something in the universe with our ability to ask questions and strive for answers, with our ability to put a foot on the moon and look at us back and discover our planet suspended in an eternal night, surrounded by a tiny layer of oxygen, a blue layer that already Yuri Gagarin noticed in his first flight. And this tiny layer of oxygen is what separates us from a suffocating void. Still, although we are able to do these amazing things, the times we are living through have demonstrated how fragile we are, how vulnerable we are. And this last period has represented a unique experience, not only of a collective moment of crisis, but also simultaneous moment where we were all exposed to the same sense of fragility and vulnerability. We are able to of amazing things, but at the same time, we realize that our own planet that we thought would have been eternal is actually suffocating, is actually suffering, could show to become one day inhabitable to the species that live here. And at the same time, all the control that we thought we had on the near future, we realized that something unexpected could come, and we are just overwhelmed by that, and we are just taking note of that, not able to defend ourselves. So actually, the thing. This discovered vulnerability is for sure an opportunity. And this in the long tradition of Triennale to face with profound and urgent perspectives. And I think the urgency is today is this one. is we feel that we need more than ever to change our perspective. We need more than ever to leverage on the richness of that science, ecology, arts, architecture, design brings on the table, and to have a new attitude towards what we don't know, or what we don't know, still we don't know. So the idea is to present this not in a didascalic way. So we here and the unknown there, an empty space that we want to fill, or a dark space where we want to shine some lights. On the contrary, it should not be the unknown felt as an object where we want to impose our physical or cognitive grasp. The unknown should be, on the contrary, a full dimension, full of words, a richness of words that wants to express themselves, want to talk with each other, and an extraordinary opportunity to confront perspective, and also to remain amazed in front of the beauty of what we don't know. There is actually, this is something that is not just about the universe. So I come from that word, but is about everything is we are embedded in, and this includes also cultures. This includes also the self being in a way the greatest unknown. We want also to try to widen a point of view, and to give the sense that widening a point of view, what we think we know can also become something else. And as an element of showcase this, we would like to use gravity. We know gravity. We are in a constant daily fight against gravity that wants to bring us down. But at the same time, gravity is the greatest cosmic designer. Behind all those beautiful spherical shapes of the celestial bodies around us, there is the tireless work of gravity. At the same time, when we move out of our comfort zone, out of our experience, out of our Newtonian world, gravity is no longer the force that brings us down, is no longer the greatest designer, but it becomes a design itself. Gravity is just a geometry, it's just a line emerging from the warping of space and time, and is a line where we can slide in and let it go. So this is our examples of the way we want to interpret it, the unknown unknowns. And again, following the tradition and the long heritage of the Triennale Milano International Exhibitions, Unknown Unknowns, an Introduction to Mysteries, invites us to undertake, above all, an exploration. Not, again, as I said, in pursuit of answers or searching for a truth. There is no truth to search, but is really letting ourselves into the seduction of investigation and imagination. The ability to doubt and not to stop to what we have in front of our eyes, and even in a way sharing the pleasure of searching without knowing what we are trying to find. It is therefore the experiment is to engaging in this exploration, bringing together different perspectives, culture, competencies. And this is why we are talking about architecture, design, scientists, musicians, artists coming from the theater fields. And it's through this richness that we will be able to reverse our vision of the world, and to pose ourselves, face the unknown, not just as something that we have to fight and we have to conquer, but just something that where we have to let it go and learn how to inhabit it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Celia. Well, now I give the floor to Francis Queré. He's a world-renowned architect and founder of Queré architecture, a Berlin-based office that, well, it's a producing project across 4 continents. So please, Francis.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our press conference. I have to say that it's for me a great honor to be embarked on this big challenge by Stefano and Ercilia. I mean, unknowns. If you have carefully listened to what Stefano and Ercilia are developing, are telling us, then you feel what a big challenge it is for me to capture this vision together with them and translate it into architecture, into design, to make them understandable by people, by the visitor, by the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, as an architect, as a designer, designing and building of space is always deal with elements that are unknowable, as the use of them resides in the future. You know, to highlight this, I want to highlight the fact that future is always a future. We don't know about it. And we will be surprised. I would love to use or allowed myself to use the immense changes to our social life in public and private as a result of COVID-19 in 2020, you know. And so, I mean, the fact that we are forced to do this press conference without seeing each other is something that no one could imagine, let's say 12 months ago, ladies and gentlemen. So as we now embark on imagining the setup of the Triennale 2022, we don't know which of the restrictions, you know, to movement through exhibitions, for example, you know, will remain, you know, will stay. And then, or if something new will happen that will affect very strongly the exhibition we are going to design. So the unknowns are baked, you know, into the exhibition's design process. I mean, it is following that. It is in our thought. So during this process, so, and we are more aware than before that we are part of shaping the future. And a future which is also to include more African, according to the wish of Stefano and Esrilia, to include African country than ever before, which is particularly exciting. This will broaden our understanding as now of you know, the, identifying and working with unknowns. Let me just, because of Africa, say something. Africa is the immediate neighbor to Europe, you know, so, but allowed me to say here in Europe, it is less known, you know, what matter in Africa. So, you know, and what matter in this big continent that soon will double his population, you know, with, you know, imagine all of these people will start to consume the way we consume in Europe. What are we facing then? Do we know what will happen to the climate? Or if they decided to embark on a boat and to join Europe, what will then happen? Will we stay human? Ladies and gentlemen, I am a designer, and for me, choosing to play a role of a bridge to get Africa on the boat and to join us and to show us what matter there, what matter in this continent, especially great. And I feel honored and excited to explore the topic of the unknown unknowns together with Stefano, Estrilia, and the entire team, and catch what we will discover and then translate them into design and to make it accessible to the people. Thank you very much for your time. I'm looking forward to your support. And yes, let's explore the unknown unknowns.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Francis. Thank you so much, Celia. And dear friend, thanks for your attention. Well, we promise that we will keep you informed in our next steps. And we all will be extremely happy to welcome you in Milano in May 2022 to participate in the 23rd International Exhibition of Triennale of Milano. Thank you so much.